think this: I am happy that I value my body, my time, and my well-being enough to spend this time doing my yoga my way right here, right now. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. You're going to do it your way. All that I ask is what the bottom of the screen says, is do what's right for your body. If something hurts, don't do it. Kind of obvious, right? But sometimes we stress, especially if you're in a class with other people around you. You just kind of get that ego thing in the way, and if they're doing it, I should be doing it that way too. No, you shouldn't. You should be doing it your way, and that's what this yoga is all about. Privacy of your own home. You don't have to dress any way special. I've just got a t-shirt on today. No big deal. You dress the way you want. You do what you want to do. Maybe you stay in child's pose the entire practice. It is up to you. I can't stress that enough. All of our practices are different every single day. Every day, it's different. It's 1 hour live, start to finish, no cuts, nothing. It's just like being in a real live class. So there are mistakes. Such is life, right? I mean, nobody's perfect. Your yoga doesn't have to be perfect either. All it has to be is right for you and feeling good in your body. Like I said, it's 1 hour long. Today, we do a practice where we're down all on the mat. Some days we add in a little bit of balancing, but today we're going to be all down on the mat. Other days of the week, we do more active practices. And on Fridays, it's really fun. We do what we call Yoga Plus, where we incorporate more bar and Pilates and weights into the practice. But you know, just do it. Just do it your way and have fun as you do it. All right, here's a word to think about as you practice. And the word is drishti. It's one of the Sanskrit words we learn in yoga teaching. It's a drishti means a focal point. So maybe today your focal point is no distractions. You want to think about just being on your mat, appreciating what you got, spending your valuable time to improve your health, your well-being, and make your body more flexible and more mobile. All right, you're going to need some props for today. The props are our usual props. A couple of yoga blocks, a strap, maybe an eye shade, and a little hand towel. Hand towel can do many different things for you. And Piper's just moving here. And some water. Maybe you want to get some water to drink too as we go along with the practice. Okay, all right, here's the deal. First thing, lock in a stress number in your mind. Maybe grab a block or a little half-size block. It's a little bit smaller, brings you a little closer to the ground. You decide what you want to do. Maybe no blocks at all. Lock a stress number in your mind. And what do I mean by that? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 100, give it a number, the stress you're feeling now, and we'll come back to it at the end of the practice. All right, let's let the magic happen. Let's sit in a Sukhasana pose. I'll show you that in a second. If you don't want to do it, remember there's always alternatives. Sit with your legs long. Maybe you're seated in a chair. Maybe you want to take that thunderbolt pose where you bend your knees and you sit back on your feet. Maybe that's a little much and you want to just slip a block underneath your bottom. It's all good. Just give it a go. Give it a try. For Sukhasana, all right, here's how you do that one. You sit down on your bottom, crisscross applesauce, as the boys used to say in school. And what you do is you bring one foot up on top of the opposite thigh or knee, and you bring the other foot up, too, on the other leg. I can't do that, so I'm letting it go. It's no big deal. I'm not going to be a distraction to my practice. Maybe slip a block. Try it, maybe the smaller block, under your top knee, if that feels good. And just nestle in, settle in. Don't worry about how it looks. All that matters is how it feels. All right, hands on your knees. Close your eyes. You're gonna focus inward, no distractions. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Sigh it out, let it go. Let the stress go. Think about it. We sigh when we're stressed out. Just let it go. Your yoga should be a time of peace on your mat. Nobody's bothering you. There are no distractions, no news crawls on the bottom of your screen. Just personal time for you. So you're opening up the hips here. Eyes are closed, shoulders are soft, hands on your knees, big breaths in through your nose, and big sighing breaths out through your mouth. You can do it. You're at home. Nobody's listening. In a class, everybody's inhibited when you do a class in person. Nobody wants to let it go. But you're at home. Do it. Breath in. Big refreshing breath in. Big stress relieving breath out. Let it go. Let's do some neck circles. Just let your head float around on your shoulders. And if you don't like the eyes closed, open your eyes, but just kind of let your eyelids flutter a little bit. Some people don't like to close their eyes with vertigo issues or whatever. Circle your neck in the other direction. And you know, if it doesn't feel good to circle your neck, just imagine lengthening up through your neck. So just find a little neck mobility here. Circle it around, move it however feels good. Maybe you tuck your chin to your chest, maybe you lift your chin to the sky. Just float your head around on your shoulders. Just move your neck. My goodness, we don't move our necks enough. Maybe look over your right shoulder, your left shoulder. Circle your head around every which way that feels great. Come to stillness at the midline of your body. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. You can keep your eyes closed here or at a little half-mast. Tee out your arms. Tee out your arms, let your fingers, your backs of your hands go to the back of the room. Give yourself a big hug. Let the arms come forward, parallel to each other. Crisscross, right arm on top of left. Work your fingers toward your spine. Now you got a nice tight squeeze here, but your shoulders are up near your ears. Soften your shoulders down, and then expand your shoulders to the side of the room. Nice tight hug here, feeling expansion through your upper back. Soften in your jaws, soften in your eyebrows. Big hug. Tee out your arms again. As you big inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, take a hug again with the opposite arm, the left arm on top. Work your fingers towards your spine. Shoulders come down, away from your ears. Shoulders expand to the sides of your room. Breathe in, breathe out. Open up your arms. Now pulse your hands back to the back of the room. Think of your heart opening up and going forward. Pulse your hands back. Let your hands float down to your knees. Turn to the left. Your hands are on your knees, or maybe you take both hands and bring them to the outside of your left thigh as you twist and maybe look far, far, far to the right. Now using your breath, big inhales, your spine gets longer, you're creating length and space in between the spine. And on your big exhale, you send your belly button to your spine, letting you twist even more to the left. Couple more breaths, couple more twists. Slowly float back to center. I think if I went fast, I'd hurt myself on those twists. So come slowly back to center. Just lengthen up. Exhale, soften up and turn to the right. Your hands can stay on your knees or whatever, or you take both hands and place them on the outside of your right thigh. A little bit of leverage. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Your pace. Maybe your inhales or exhales are a little longer or shorter than mine, but pay attention to the length of your inhales and exhales. If they become shallow and too short, you're stressing out too much. Come back to your breath, focus, let that be your drishti, focus on your breath. Big inhales, big exhales, twist, twist, twist. Slowly finish, come back to the midline of your body. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your eyes closed, walk your hands forward. Just walk them forward a little bit or a lot. Let your chin come towards your chest. Let the crown of your head go toward the front of your room. And just feel what you feel, especially in that right hip, the leg that's on top. Send your belly button back to your spine. Maybe walk the arms more forward or not. Slowly walk the hands back to your body. Come on up to your shoulders over your hips. Let's switch out our legs and do them on the other side. So slowly uncurl, unwind, whatever position you're in, just switch it up. If you were seated in that thunderbolt pose, maybe send your legs long. You decide. Maybe if you've been seated on a block in that thunderbolt pose, maybe sorta you could remove the block now. Just try different ways. All right, so I switched in Sukhasana. I brought my opposite foot up on top, and if you want, bring the other foot up too. My hips just don't bend that way. All right, rest here. The block can be under your top knee. For me, it would be my left knee. Hands to your knees, eyes are closed. And don't think that you're doing nothing. Don't think this is no big deal, because this is a big deal. Your hips are becoming more mobile. They're becoming more stable. They're becoming more flexible and able to keep you moving, doing the things you want to do off of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focus inward. Drishti. No distractions. Float your head around a little bit here. Loosen it up. Neck circles or lift it high. Turn it left, turn it right. Whatever feels good. A lot of times in a yoga practice, you'll say, oh, just organic movements, whatever feels good. I just think that kind of sounds silly, organic movements. But you know what it means. Just whatever is working for you right here, right now. Maybe you turn your head left and right. Maybe you lengthen up through the crown of your head. Bring your head back to the midline of your body. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And release, soften up in your body. Shoulders are over your hips. Your knees are relaxed down. Breath in. Breath out, let it go. When you're ready, big hug. Arms tee out, press the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Chest is lifted, heart is open. Big hug. Bring your arms, let them float forward, let them crisscross in the front, one arm on top of the other. I start with my right, fingers toward the spine. No shoulder earrings. Release the shoulders down because your neck is long. Expand your shoulders out to the sides of the room. Strong upper back leads to good, strong standing posture. Big hug or big hug. Really feel the intensity of it. And then release, open your arms. Send your backs of your hands toward the back of the room. Palms are forward. Chest is lifted. Maybe take them back even farther. Maybe that feels really good because we are going to do a thread the needle in a few moments. And this pose will help feel the shoulders nice. All right, let your arms float forward. Cross the opposite arm on top and bring my left one on top. Fingers toward the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Expand the shoulders to the side of the room. Soften in your eyebrows. No rush, no hurry here. Enjoy the hug. When you're ready, release your hands, keep them teed out, and pulse the backs of your hands to the back of your room. Open up, let it feel good. Big good morning stretch. Let your hands float down to your knees. Big inhale, lengthen up, create space in your spine. Exhale, let's start a twist. I'm going to twist to my left side. I'm going to look over my shoulder. Maybe I'm going to take these hands to the outside of the left thigh. Just use a little bit of leverage there to deepen the twist. Breathe in, breathe out, and on that exhale, think washcloth waist, twist. Twist the neck a little bit more. Think of the upper body. The whole upper body is twisting to the left. Slowly, slowly, slowly come back to the midline. Lengthen up to find your space. Exhale, turn in the other direction. Maybe hands outside of that thigh as you twist and look over your shoulder. If your teeth are touching, soften in the jaws. Soften your shoulders down. Exhale all the air out as you deepen your twist. Keep both bottom cheeks down and just twist in the waist. As you're ready, slowly come back to the midline of your body. Hands on your knees, deep breath in. Hands come down to the ground in front of you, deep breath out as you walk your hands or slide your hands forward. No rush, no hurry, and it doesn't matter how far your hands go. You could even use your block underneath your hands if that feels more doable. You know, don't ever discard your blocks. Think about your blocks as bringing the ground up to you whenever you need that little bit of boost. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. Belly button toward the spine. Maybe you're pushing into the earth a little bit. Slowly walk your hands, slide your hands back to the midline of your body. Hands back to your knees, lengthen up. And exhale, soften up. All right, let's come out of this. Nice little seated warm-up. Now, let's do cat, cow, and cat pulling its tail. Then we'll do our little bird dog, then we'll come to our thread the needle for our shoulders. Okay, so first thing you want to do is come to a neutral tabletop. In your neutral tabletop, you're going to have your shoulders over your wrists, your knees underneath your hips. Push hard into the earth with all four limbs. Lengthen through your spine. Think of your back as nice and straight as the crown of your head and your tailbone are being pulled in opposite directions. For your cat pose, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under, and arch your back up to the sky. Don't forget, push into your feet and your hands. Chin tucks to your chest, tailbone comes under. Inhale, cow pose, crown of the head lifts and your tailbone lifts. So find some movement here in your spine. Tucking the tailbone, then lifting the tailbone. And you got that movement going in the neck. Tucking the chin, and then sending the chin forward as the crown of the head goes up to the sky. Enjoy your cat-cow. We're going to take it one step further by doing a cat pulling its tail pose. Might be a little intense for you, but just take it in layers. And then you can always come back to doing this, your cat-cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. All right, first layer, bring it back to a neutral tabletop. Extend your right leg long, placing the ball of your foot on your mat. Push into the ball of your foot. Let that feel good on your Achilles tendon, through the bottom of your foot, all the way up through your calf and your thigh, up to that hip. Hold it here. Enjoy it if you like. You can lift that extended right leg. Feel a little bit of compression in your low back. Ensure that both hips are equal distant to your mat, and then maybe bend your knee and act as if you're kicking yourself in the bottom. Knee is at about hip height. Breathe here and enjoy it if you enjoy it. If you want to take it into the cat pulling its tail pose, let's go to that layer. Press into your hands. Take your left hand, the opposite of the leg that's lifted, and reach around and grab your foot. Kick into your hand, looking down at your right thumb. And when you're ready, send your gaze to the left side of your mat, maybe to the left side of your room, maybe over your left shoulder as you kick. Keep pressing hard into the earth, and then we'll finish. Bring your knee down and your hand down. Nice work. Let's do it on the other side. All right, so remember how we started. Let's do cat-cow again, just so you don't forget. Cat pose, cow pose, even out. Come to a neutral tabletop. Extend the left foot long, press the foot into the earth. Breathe here. Maybe lift that extended leg up. Check out your hips, keep them equal distant to the mat. Maybe bend your knee, which is at hip height, and start to kick toward your bottom. All right, left leg is lifted. Let's take the right hand, reach around and grab your foot. Kick your foot into your hand. Even feel in your collarbone how you feel expansion in the chest here. Twist your torso to the right, kick into your hand, and breathe here. All right, so activity, staying mobile. Activity and movement are the keys to happiness. I know that sounds kind of silly and you think, oh, how can that be? But the more you move, the better you feel, right? So move. It's good for your brain as well as your body. Kick into your hand, and then we'll finish. Bring your hand down, bring your foot down. That was a nice job doing cat pulling its tail. Let's even out. Chin to your chest, tailbone under. Inhale, cow pose, and come to a neutral tabletop. Let's do bird dog. All right. So we do this lots of different ways, and on Fridays we really kick it up a notch. But today we're down on our mat. Let's take it nice and gentle. You can bring a block to the top of your mat. Remember how we extended the right leg? Let's do it again. Lift it up to about hip height. Lift it up, draw the toes towards your shins. So you feel like you're driving through your heel. Find a nice long leg there and hold it. Nice and straight, keep it at about hip height. Left hand, lift it off the ground. You got a block here, maybe you reach toward the block. Push into your limbs that are foundational. Maybe hold on to that block or not hold on to the block. If you're not holding on to the block, spread your fingers wide. Do some finger yoga. Wiggle your fingers around. Let your thumb go up to the sky. Press into the earth and hold it here. You can stay right here if you want, or tuck your elbow to your knee under your belly button. And then reach and extend. Don't skimp on the extension. Really reach like a bird dog. Then tuck your elbow towards your knee. Doesn't have to touch. Then reach. Tuck it again toward the knee. Maybe they do touch. And then stretch. No big deal. No big deal. It's all good, whatever you're doing. Hand comes down, knee comes down, bird dog on the other side. Lift the left leg, extend it. Draw the left toes toward the shin. Don't forget that right foot, the top of the right foot, push it into your mat. Lengthen through your spine. Stay strong here. Left leg is lifted. Now it's going to be the right arm that joins it. It's going to extend. It's going to reach. My gaze is down toward my left thumb. My crown of my head is going toward the front of my room, and I'm stretching as much as I can, lengthening through my spine, finding strength here. You could place the hand on the block and enjoy that if that feels good. I'm going to bend my elbow and my knee and have them touch. And then extend, reach, stretch really far. The heel's going far, fingers are going far, fingers spread wide, wiggle them. Elbow to knee. And reach, and stretch, and find your perfect stretch. And then elbow to knee one more time. And I think we're about even there. I'm gonna do one big stretch. Then I'm gonna bring my hand down and my knee down. I'm gonna take a cycle of cat-cow. And breathe. All right, when you're ready, let's go into a thread the needle pose. Now, you know, as you're practicing, sighing out your mouth, let stress go. If you're feeling stressed over a pose, don't be stressed over a pose. It's just yoga, but sigh it out. Otherwise, close your lips as best you can and try to breathe in and out of your nose as you focus inward, that drishti. All right, so for thread the needle pose, let's lift our arm up to the sky as you twist. Arm is lifted, now thread the needle. Bring the arm down, bring it underneath the foundational left arm. Let the left arm slip forward. Bring your right shoulder down to the ground or find your block or your little shorter block. If the one block is a little too high and the ground's a little too low, these inner blocks are wonderful. Rest your shoulder on it, or maybe you want to rest your cheek on it as you let the shoulder melt toward the earth. All you want to do, it doesn't matter how it looks, and we're all going to look different. Wiggle your knees either apart or more together or back, whatever allows you to slip on down and get that shoulder down as close as you can to the ground. All you want to do is feel a nice stretch here in that shoulder. Top arm is lifted toward the top of your mat. The other arm, the needle, if you will, that's going through the thread, well, I guess that's really the thread. What you want to do is have that palm face up, and you just want to feel a good stretch in that shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Let it go. Slide that right arm back, back, back. Bring the left arm underneath the shoulder. Let the right arm go back up to the sky. Look up toward the sky. This little twist is an important part too. Think of your whole torso twisting as you look up towards your hands. Nice. Bring that hand down. Let's adjust and do the other side. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Look up, twist, breathe, look towards your fingers, and then take that thread and thread it through the needle. Right arm reaches long to the top of the mat. Adjust, use your blocks under your left shoulder and come on down. All right, so you're working your body. And anytime you work your body, you're also working your mind, obviously, right? And you're making that body-mind connection and the energy from within. That energy is the bridge between your body and your mind. Having them work together. Yoga was our word the other day. Yoga means
the union of body, mind, and soul. So just bringing everything together. Getting into your body so you can get into your head. Let your shoulders stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Slide your right hand back underneath your shoulder. Left arm, de-thread it, unthread it, lift it up to the sky, twist and look up. Hand floats down. Cycle a cat-cow. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Nice work. All right, I'm gonna grab a drink of water and then we're gonna do a plank. So we try to do a plank for about a minute every day because planking, read about it. Planking is so important because everything is engaged and held tight. So when you say engage your core, it's kind of everything. You're engaging, you're holding everything tight in a plank, and that's really good. It helps build strength. Okay. Lots of ways you can do it. If you're new to planking and you want to lie down on the ground, do that and send your hands up to the sky as if the ceiling were the ground. So you're just kind of inverting 180 degrees that plank. Another thing you could do if you want to get up and stand is you could press your hands against a wall, walk your feet back, and then just feel a little more power in your arms and take a wall plank. Totally fine. Let's talk about a couple more types. On your knees, neutral tabletop. You know this. Maybe the knees come back, maybe the hands come forward, and you hinge the weight forward, kind of like you're going to do a push-up in high school gym class. Breathe, lengthen through the crown of your head, and you can stay right here. You can put a towel under your knees if that feels better, always an option. You could come down to your forearms if that feels better on your hands and wrists. Have your elbows under your shoulders for stability and your forearms parallel to each other as you press your hands into the mat. You can stay on your knees or draw your toes towards your shins and pop on up and hold it here. Core engaged. Don't you feel everything tight? Because you got to stay strong. You can take a high plank, and that's what I'm going to do today. So you're going to, for a high plank, your shoulders are over your elbows are over your wrists. Nice straight line. Don't let them bend and splay out. You want proper alignment. It's really important. And then you're going to send your legs long. All right, sending the legs long, pressing into the balls of the feet. Core is engaged. Come into a plank. Dwayne, please set a 1-minute timer. All right, your body is flat and straight like a plank. Push into the earth and know that you can take breaks anytime you want. Maybe you're looking at that timer periodically. I'll tell you how much time is left too. We're about 15 seconds in. Hold it here. Take it as long as feels right for you. And don't feel bad if you want to take a little break, and it's no big deal. You can take a break that's like 2 seconds and then get back into it, and it feels really good. Even that little bit of break is good. If you're in a plank and you want to go to a downward facing dog, send your hips high and just take a break up there. That's fine. All right, we have only 20 seconds to go. You could take a break by coming down to your knees too. Press the earth away, hold on, stay strong. Think about everything engaged. All the way up through your shoulders, through your core, 10 seconds left. Lengthen through the crown of your head, hold it here, you've got it. No stopping us, you're strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Nice job. Come down to your knees, grab a seat, maybe grab another drink of water. All right, just try. Whatever variation of plank you did, good on you. But you know the game. You know when it's right for you to up the game. You know what feels good. Just try a little bit more each and every day. All right, come on down. Let's work the core some more. Bring your strap, if you want to use it, to your shoulders. If you don't have it, no big deal. All right, so in your seated position, soles of your feet are on your mat, hands to prayer center. Maybe tell yourself something positive here. As your eyes are closed, you're focusing inward. Maybe create a positive statement. I am focused. I am worthy. I am strong. I am capable. I am able. Nobody's stopping me. I can do this. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly recline back. Take it nice and slow. Take it slow. Maybe pause here because you can, because you are in control. Maybe come back even more. And as you're here, maybe pause here. Come on back. Just try to avoid the clunk at the end. You can do it. Fully reclined completely. All right, once you're fully reclined, let's send our legs long. Let's do a single leg pull in. Right leg first. Drag your heel up on your mat as if you're dragging it through molasses. Bend the knee, lift the knee up toward the chest. Using your hands, hug the right knee in. Send the leg long, lift the left, drag it on up, and hug it in. You know, you could use the strap here, maybe fold it in half, and hug the knee in if your arms are a little short and you want to get that little extra tug. So you're doing one leg, then the other. Ooh, that strap just feels different, kind of good different. So don't feel that it's a crutch, because it's not. It's not a crutch to help you. It is a training partner. Look at it that way. Sometimes the strap or the blocks make it harder. Sometimes it makes it more accessible, whatever it is. Don't judge it. All right, I'm lifting my knees one at a time. I'm gonna pull my shoulders up, and then I'm gonna hug underneath, or pull each knee in. Now I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit. When one leg extends, I'm gonna have them meet in midair and have them pass here. And I'm not gonna set them down. I'm gonna drive through the heels, hugging one knee in, then the other. You do it your way, maybe shoulders down, maybe using a strap, maybe shoulders up, and giving them each a good pull. All right, now I'm gonna extend both legs. I'm gonna hug them both in toward my chest and extend both legs and hug them in. Shoulders can be down, no big deal. Breathe. Hug them in. All right, so think about your breath for a minute. What type of breath do you think we're doing as we hug them in? It would be an exhale, because you want to draw your belly button towards your spine so you can hug your knees in even more. Inhale, legs go long, belly poofs up, hug them in. Extend them, hug them in. Extend them, hug them in. Extend your legs and hold them out. Let your arms go overhead and hold them out. Hold it here in a nice little low boat position. Bring your shoulders down if you want to. Lift the legs or the arms a little higher if you want to. Hold it, breathe. And then come on down. Legs come down, arms are high overhead. Stretch it out in a stick pose. Breathe. Oh my goodness, how was that? You don't have to go fast to make it really powerful and effective. Breathe in, breathe out. Joseph Pilates proved that. All right, let's bring our arms down by our sides. Let's do Pilates 100s. All right, to do that, lots of layers. Lift your hands up and act as if you're patting the ground. Keep your shoulders away from the ears, remember that. Maybe you lift your shoulders up a little or a lot. Maybe you lift your legs up, maybe one leg at a time or maybe both legs. Pat the ground. All right, in this pose, Joseph Pilates suggested doing it 100 times. You're gonna do it as many times as feels right for you. Don't strive to hit a number just because it's a number. It'll discourage you. Stay encouraged. Do what you can with what you got and just build on it. Build on it. I'm gonna lift my legs a little higher. I'm gonna lift my shoulders a little higher and breathe. Pilates 100s. How are you doing with them? They're not easy, are they? All right, let's keep at it. Let's just keep at it. And when you're ready, I'm gonna bring my legs down, bring my arms down. Take a breath here. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. All right, find your strap. And let's do boat pose with the strap. Maybe bend your knees, place the strap underneath your feet, and send your legs high. Send your legs high. You've got the strap into both hands like reins of a horse. Send your toes overhead, and if you don't have a strap, you could do this without the strap, but the strap, in this case, I think makes it more accessible. Slowly lower your heels toward the earth. As your heels are lowering, lift your upper body up. So you're tight here, holding on to the strap, staying strong, and lifting up in one fluid motion. Elbows are hugged in, chest is lifted, and heels are lifted. You got a tight hold on that strap. I'm gonna slowly come back, rock back slowly, sending the feet up again. Let's try it again. Strap really helps here, helps you realize you're in control. Strap is just a partner, helping it happen. Lift your back up one vertebra at a time. Come on up. Send your chest forward. Yay, rise like a phoenix. Hold it here in your boat pose with your strap. And rock on back. We'll do it one more time. Just feeling that sensation of being in control. Bringing the spine down one vertebra at a time. Sending the legs high up to the sky. Maybe send them even overhead. Maybe that feels nice. A little bend in your knees might feel nice. Then I'm gonna rock on back up. Legs are a long lever here. Shoulders lift. Fluid motion. Come on up, chest lifts, hold it, elbows hugged in, shoulders down, away from the ears, hold your boat pose, you got it. Let's come on down. Heels come down, take a little forward fold. Walk your hands down both straps. Send your gaze towards your knees, a little bend in the knees if you want. Think of your chest as coming to your thighs. Breathe in, spine lengthens, breathe out, let it go. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. All right, when you're ready, come on up. Shoulders over your hips. Remove your strap and let's find your 2 blocks or your 3 blocks or however many blocks you got. Let's do a wide-legged forward fold. So spread your legs good and wide. Bring the blocks in between your legs at whatever height works for you. Hinge forward slightly. All right, as you hinge forward, maybe rest your hands on the block, your elbows on the block. What you're going for is just a feeling inside these adductor muscles inside your thighs. And just hang out here, rest here. Maybe you decide to bring your forehead to the blocks. So focus on these 3 words: steadiness, stability, and tranquility. So when you're steady, it leads you to stableness. When you're stable, you feel tranquil, you feel at peace. So let this pose feel good for you. Don't strive to say, I'm gonna do it with just 1 block today. Doesn't matter. No prizes, no awards. You're gonna lengthen through your spine and you're gonna fold forward to what feels super good for you. No more, no less. Maybe it's with your forehead on 3 or 4 blocks. Maybe it's the forearms on the blocks. Doesn't matter how it looks. All that matters is how it feels for you. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, maybe you got a little bend in your knees. Maybe draw your toes up towards your knee. Maybe that is a good modification. Shoulders are soft away from the ears. Your breath is deep and you are at peace. And, move. Maybe I'm going to push my blocks a little more forward, bringing the bridge of my nose more onto the blocks. Breathe in, breathe out, don't hold your breath. In a restorative practice, which we do on Thursdays and Sundays, we would take a pose like this and we'd hold it even longer, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, allowing you to just further melt into the pose. So this just gives you a taste of where it can go. All right, I'm gonna press on up. Shoulders are gonna come back over my hips. I'm gonna take the 2 blocks, place them inside and outside the right knee or the left knee, whichever one you wanna start on. Okay, so I'm gonna bring them to the outside, then I'm gonna bring my forearms onto that block, those blocks. I'm gonna look at my knee, nothing else, just look at my knee. I'm gonna focus on that. Then I'm gonna let my gaze come closer, my nose, my chin come closer. I'm gonna maybe lower the block height. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, your chest is gonna kind of push up off of your leg a little bit. Exhale, maybe you can take it a little deeper. Maybe you ditch the blocks, totally up to you. And bring your forearms down. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly press on up. Keep gazing at the knee. Come on up, up, up. Once your shoulders are over your hips, turn toward the middle almost robotically. And then take your blocks to the other side. Surround the opposite knee. Hands to your blocks if you want. Maybe elbows come to the blocks at whatever height. You just want to get that little twist going. And then gaze to your knee, gaze to your knee, gaze at your knee. Come on forward a little bit. Just maybe close your eyes. No rush, no hurry. Nice little twist. Inhale, nice little lengthen of the spine. Exhale, maybe the chin comes closer to your knee or not. Maybe the blocks go away or not. When you're ready, press into your hands, slowly come up, keep that gaze toward the knee. Don't untwist yet. Once your shoulders come up over your hips, then twist and come back to the midline of your body. All right, bring your 2 blocks to the top of your mat and bring your legs together to touch. Lift your arms up high to the sky, lengthen here, and then parallel arms, reach forward. Reach towards your toes, your calves, whatever you can reach, and then bring your nose toward both knees here. Elbows can be hugged in to your knees. Reach nice and tight. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. When you're ready, come to your knees. Once on your knees, let's take a half pigeon pose. All right, so here's how we're gonna start. You got your blocks at the top. Bring your right knee up behind your right wrist. Send your left leg long. Here's the trick. Send the left leg super duper long and the top of the left foot is on your mat. Play with your hips a little bit, adjust. You know, chances are your hip wants to fall toward the bent knee side. To prevent that, you bring your block down by your right hip. In just a second, we'll place it. I'm gonna take my right leg and I'm gonna work my shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. If you don't like it, can't do it, no big deal, don't sweat it. As long as that knee of the right leg is bent, near the elbow, you're golden. Bring the block underneath your hip. Here's a great opportunity to use a lesser size block if you think that brings your hips more equal distant to the mat. You can take a block or 2 or no blocks at all and place your hands on them and then sink on down. You can bring your forearms to the block and sink your head on down here. Just a little different variation. No blocks at all because they're busy doing other things. Crisscross your arms, let your hands rest on top of each other, and rest your head down here. So just a couple little points and then we're going to come out of it. This is a big stretch for your hips, but we warmed up in that Sukhasana pose. And you'll see why we want the hips warmed up in just a moment. Your left leg stays long and straight on the mat. Soften in your shoulders and think of sending breath to your hip and your glutes. Big inhale, you find length and strength. Big exhale, you find release. Focus on those aspects of this pose. Let's come out of it now. Again, in a restorative practice, we stay in that pose a whole lot longer. So think about how that would feel. It gets better as it continues. All right, tuck your back left toes under. Send your right leg back to meet the left and shake it out in this little 3-legged tabletop, if you will. Shake it out and finish. All right, start over again. Neutral tabletop. Bend your left knee and bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Right leg, send it long on your mat. Top of the right foot is on your mat. Grab your left foot with your right hand. Work it a little more parallel. Totally fine. Little more parallel to the top of the mat. Everybody, I guarantee everybody's going to be different and everybody's going to be good. As long as it doesn't hurt, you're good. All right, you can stay right here. You can slip a block under those left glutes if they need a little boost to stay equal distant to the mat. You can slip your forearms down to your blocks and stay right here. It's all about the hips here. You decide what feels good for you. I'm going to bring my forearms down. I'm going to let my elbows go to the sides of the mat. I'm going to stack my hands and rest my head. I'm going to soften in my shoulders. I'm going to lengthen in that right leg a little bit more. I'm going to think about my hips for a second and see if my left hip is kind of being lazy going toward the earth. Going to get my hips equal distant. Going to soften the shoulders. Deep breath in. Maybe sigh it out here. Shoulders are soft. Soften in your glutes too. Create that space. When you're tense, you're not going to create space. When you're loose and relaxed, you will create the space you need. All right, just one more breath here. So to make it a good one, really soften in that left hip and allow the magic to happen. Nice work. All right, I'm going to come out of it. Press into your hands. Tuck your back right toes under, send your left leg back to meet the right, and then lift it up and shake out the left leg. Very, very nice. All right. When you're ready, take a nice wide-legged child's pose. Knees spread wide, big toes touch, hips go back to your heels. Stretch it out, even it out, reach your arms to the top of your mat. Sink your chest down, sink your chin down or your forehead, whatever feels good. Legs are spread wide, tailbone is going to the back of the room. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay here if you like, but I'm going to press on back up, and I'm going to find my 2 blocks. We're going to do a hero's pose. This one's tough. All right, here's what you can do. You can sit in your thunderbolt pose. That's having the tops of your feet on your mat and just have a seat here. Knees are bent, quads are getting a nice stretch. This hero's pose takes the stretch even deeper. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. We'll take it in layers. All right, you can sit back here. Maybe bring your blocks by your sides. Maybe have your hands on your blocks. Maybe walk your blocks back a little bit toward the bottom of your mat. Lean on back into those blocks at whatever height you like. I don't like them being tall. I don't feel that it's stable enough. Maybe medium height, or better still, the lower height. Maybe lean on back. Think of your chest rising up to the sky as you enjoy this nice stretch in the front of your legs and your quadriceps. Maybe no blocks at all. All right, if you're doing this, let's take it another layer. If that's too much, take it back a layer. Here's how you'd take it back. You could put a block between your inner ankles and have a seat here. Totally fine. Stay here. The next layer, if you want, is spread your ankles a little bit and have a seat on your bottom, and really have your bottom on the mat. If it's up a little bit, put a little block under it. You can put a towel under it, but you want your bottom down, no floating in space. Knees stay down and pretty much together. Hands, you can give yourself a foot massage here or work on back. Work on back, letting your hands come on back onto the blocks or all the way down to the ground. Start by bringing a little bend into your elbows. Take it farther if you like. Maybe you slip on down to your forearms, and maybe those forearms are on a block. Maybe they're on the earth. Maybe bring your shoulders all the way down. Big stretch in the quads. Arms can be down by your sides, or you can lift them up and cactus them. That would be fine. Your arms are like cactuses, forearms parallel to the sides of your mat. You could sweep your arms up overhead and grab opposite elbows. Totally fine. Nice big stretch in the quadriceps. You take it if it feels good, you back out of it if it doesn't. Pretty simple, right? This is the fullest expression of your hero's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, let's peel ourselves out of it. Come out of it the way you came in. Arms are going to float down. I'm going to press on up to my elbows and then press on up to my fingers. And then come on out of the pose. Big, big stretch, isn't it? All right, come down to your bottom. Grab your eye shade and or your towel to bring it up near your shoulders for final Shavasana. When you're ready, let's come on down. All the way down, hands to prayer center. Maybe tell yourself your mantra. All the way down. Nice. Send your left leg long on your mat. Draw your left toes towards your shin. Calf is on the mat. Bend your right knee and hug it in. Interlaced fingers beneath it. Circle your ankle one way, then the other. Hug the knee in and take a supine twist. You're already supine. You're already lying down. Let's do the twist. Left hand is going to grab the right knee. You're going to get that right knee to cross the midline of the body and roll onto your left hip. Focus on how good it feels to roll onto the left hip. Right arm tees out, keeping the right shoulder down, and send your gaze to the right. Nice big twist. We prepared for this. Twists are so good for your body, for so many things, for stability, for flexibility, for mobility, for elimination, and for digestion. All right, let's roll back down onto the hip, hug the right knee in, circle the ankle this way and that. Left leg goes long on your mat, it's the right leg's turn. Drag the heel up as if it's going through molasses. Interlaced fingers, hug under the left knee. Circle the ankle. I always like to do that whenever I have a chance. Right hand takes the left knee, cross over the midline. Feel it in your hip. And if it doesn't feel so great in your hip, maybe a towel underneath your hip would feel good. Get to know your body. All right, I'm going to work the knee toward the earth. I'm going to keep this left shoulder down. I'm going to straighten it out, tee it out, and I'm going to look left. Slowly bringing the gaze and the left hip back down. Gaze goes up to the sky, hip comes down. Hug the knee in, circle the ankle this way and that. Hug the left knee in, hug the right knee in. Hug them in towards your armpits this time, and then rock a little bit from side to side. Breathe. Plug your tailbone in, reach your hands towards your inner calves, your inner ankles, maybe your outer feet, or grab your heels, draw your toes towards your shins. Happy babies, fullest expression. Send one leg up to the sky while the other leg is bent, and then alternate. So one leg goes up, the other bends. You're rocking a little bit from side to side. Enjoy that mobility that you have. Let's bring our legs, release your hands from your legs, bring your knees together, send your legs up toward the sky. Arms float down by your sides, let your legs float down too. All about the strong core. Tailbone, feel it plugged into the earth. Take it nice and slowly, as much as is right for you. Feel your strong core, holding on, lowering your legs slowly and gently. Once they're down, let it go. Let your heels come to the edges of your mat and your arms be down by your sides with your shoulders away from your ears. Wiggle your shoulders toward your spine. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. And be at peace. Take a big breath in and a big sighing breath out. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Pinky toes float to the edges of your mat. Sigh it out, let it go. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. You have your remote nearby, hit pause and stay in your final Shavasana pose for several minutes. You know how long you need, you know how long you like, and you know how long you want. Do it. You're doing your yoga from home. And when you're ready, you can hit that pause button again to start this video back up right here. And then take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, circle your wrists, circle your ankles. Inhale, reach high overhead, stretch it out, point your toes, reach your fingers. Good morning stretch like you do before you even get out of bed. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and roll into a fetal position, rolling onto one hip, one shoulder, or the other. Bend your low arms bicep and rest your head on it. Let your top shoulder rest as well. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. As you're ready, slowly press on up. Use your hands or not, but just be mindful of what you're doing. Come on up, have a seat, sit comfortably, however is comfortable for you. Eyes closed, hands to prayer center, thumbs to your chest. Bring your ears back even more a little bit. Tuck your chin a little bit to your chest. Shoulders are soft, lengthen up through your spine. And then soften through your spine. Relax the knees, rest into the earth. Gently blink your eyes open. Congratulations, you did it. 1 hour of yoga. You did it. Good job. However you did it, it was perfect. It was perfect because you did it. Nothing else. Don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on you. All right, so you took a stress number in the beginning. What was it? And what is it now? That's the most important thing. Your stress is down. That's it. You soothed yourself with your yoga. I want to say hi to Lynn and Diane, Marietta, Betty, Tina, Stan, Tina, Rena, Tyrone, Kelly, Elizabeth, Margaret, Connell. I'm glad you guys are here. Okay, took your stress number. All is good. See you on your mats tomorrow. Focus on these things: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The fruit of the Spirit, also important. Focus on those. Why focus on anything else but the goodness? All right, see you guys on your mats tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Goodbye. Hello, how are you? You're a good girl. Good girl. Bye. You're still here, and I'm really glad for that. Keep this in mind. The path is made through repetition. Keep showing up, and good things will happen. You know that. I'm glad that you're still sticking around. Tell your friends what the yoga's doing for you. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody on Facebook and YouTube, and they can join in anytime from the privacy of their own home. Tell them about our practice, please. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay on your path, enjoy your yoga, and have a great rest of your day. See you on your mats tomorrow.